All right. Well, hey, it's the Jacked Up Review. Today is National No Limit Soldiers Day. So we got a very special guest tonight, Mr. Serv-On.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Definitely, man. It's an honor, man.
Hey, it's an honor to have you. So, just casual chat and I'll send it on over to the guys and they can post it.
Okay, definitely.
So, man, I mean, I chose today because you remember a couple years ago they did the No Limit Chronicles, the BET special.
Yeah.
And they said July 29th is National No Limit Soldiers Day. So.
Okay, definitely. I know I saw a few things about that, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I figured, hey, today's a good day to do it, man.
Well, I'm honored, man.
You've been with, you joined No Limit back in the mid 90s.
Yeah, 93, 94.
Yeah, was that track True Players on the TRU's album True? That was probably one of the earliest ones you were on, right?
Well, I had one called F for Dead Man. It was like a commercial on West Coast Bad Boys. That was my first No Limit appearance.
Okay.
And then 99 Ways to Die. And then we did do the True Player also.
Yeah. And then, when did P start kind of having you like talk about your first album, like Life Insurance? Like when did you start planning that? I know it came out in 97.
Yeah, I mean, first to even jump back, man, E40, whether he know it or not, I met him with P and P let him hear, F for Dead Man. And he was like, P, you got to put him out. He nice, and to get a stamp like that, that stayed in P mind. And, for me, I played my part as a team player. And so once things started going the way they was going and, he felt I had been putting in, my work. And he was like, all right, man, you need to start on your album. And, we were in the Bay when he really started putting his mind to my album, because that's when we did the album cover. We had the commercial with the hearse and the album cover spinning out the hearse. And the hearse was on gold D's, and yeah, man, P went all out for my commercial. And so once, he had started setting that up even in the Bay before we moved to Baton Rouge. And then once everything took off about it and Ice Cream Man and, TRU albums and stuff, Mia albums, Silk albums, it was like, okay, it's your time. And so, but it started way back in the Bay. When I first really got up there, he was warming up to me, and teaching me, so, he had the idea. He knew he was going to put it out one day. He started pushing it back then.
It was pretty much from that documentary. It was pretty much like you, Mia X, and KLC, right? And you guys took a trip out there to the Bay.
Yeah, we went out to the Bay. He had got with me and KL doing Jack the Rappers in between Luke Skywalker and Death Row fighting. And so we met, gave him that, my cassette. And then, he came down to New Orleans working, trying to work on his Downside Hustler stuff. And also, so, he went, and he ended up meeting Mia, looking for Mia. He hollered at me and KL and brought us up to do some songs for 99 Ways to Die and Down South Hustlers, I think. And so, that's where it basically, what I'm saying? That's where it basically started. And so we went up there for Christmas and, he kept his word. The money he said he would pay us. We got there, he had jackets and chains and, and he was just like, man, y'all got to go home, man. I know it's Christmas. It was like, long as we could send money home to our family, and we stayed up there, sacrificed and stayed up there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Ice Cream Man is kind of Wasn't that about the time when P was trying to move the company back to Louisiana and stuff? Like,
yeah, Ice Cream Man was, he was working on it in the Bay, and he mostly finished it in the Bay. And so then we ended up going, just going home. And so he wanted to move the company down back to Louisiana. And so, we ended up going back home, and instead of settling in New Orleans, we went to Baton Rouge because he felt New Orleans would be too much of a distraction for everybody.
Yeah. And then, I mean, that's kind of like 97, 98. Like,
no, that's 90. No, that's 95, 96.
Yeah. And then then when he started signing everybody like Fiend and like Mystical, that was like what, 97, right?
Yeah, kind of a little earlier than that with About It. When we was shooting About It movie, you start seeing, more of them coming and things like that, so that was before 97 is when my album came out, Life Insurance. And so it was about 96, 95, he started signing all of them.
Okay.
But it lasted across a few years. You know what I'm saying? Like getting Mystical and just different artists.
Yeah, like I saw Skullduggery, he just passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Skull.
And a few other guys, man, last year, like New Nine from Prime Suspects and Fino from Gambino Family, man, and Popeye. It's like, man.
Yeah, we done took a lot of losses, man. With Mac, he's home now, but gone so long, and and then C still there. We still incomplete. C is not here. And we took a lot of losses, man, over the years, from Ed to Magic, and and his aunt and his beautiful wife Chastity. We took a lot of hits, man. It's rough when you think about it, man, because you always remember the moments and the times. You remember, for me, just laughing with Magic and him being the only one from downtown. And we always teasing him, man, and he's standing his ground, man. And we love, of course, lost Soldier Slim and Slim being there, man. We, and then Ed was that protector. Ed was your brother. Ed was everything. And, we didn't imagine the journey without them. We didn't imagine the journey. We always looked at it, like even, okay, yeah, we might have, people left the label and stuff and things like that. But we always felt like we'll see each other. We'll do work with each other. We'll be around, our kids going to know each other. We're going to grow older. And we just start taking losses, man. And then they keep coming, so, I value everybody. You know what I'm saying? Whether even if it's somebody that don't speak to me, which, I don't feel I have no problems with anybody, but, I'm just saying I value them because you can look back, bro, and can remember a moment where you see everybody's face in one place. Everybody's face, like everybody I'm talking about that we lost and everybody that's still here. I could sit down and remember a time looking around the room and seeing everybody laughing and joking with everybody, playing basketball, playing football, on tour, in the bus, downstairs in the hotel, shooting dice, you know what I'm saying? I can remember looking around and seeing everybody, Swab Bob, you know what I mean? So it's hard, when you really sit back and look at it and say, we didn't lose them to violence. We lost them in ways that you feel like soldiers don't die like that. They're going to die a violent death. They're going to die honorable death, and losing them in the way we lost them. It's like, you just didn't figure it that way because we looked at each other as soldiers, and we was, and we still are. The ones that's left and the ones that's gone still are, but yeah, it's crazy, that you mentioned it, when I could just sit back and look at. And I'm telling you, like, I'm looking right now, man, while I'm talking to you. I can remember rooms and I can go through everybody's face right now. And it's like now if I decide to think about everybody, it's like, damn, he over here, he over there. he no longer here, he no longer here, he no longer here, he no longer here. Tavesta is gone, and it's like, damn, that room is almost like cut in half.
Damn.
You know, and that's like the hard part of it. You know, and it sounds crazy that it's like, you think they wouldn't leave in the manners that they left, because you looked at, all our soldiers like we invincible, we're invincible, we're gonna be here. If not, we gonna die standing up for each other, or die standing up for our family. Not in a sense of, health things and situations like that, man. You couldn't tell me that would happen, man. I can't remember one of us having a cold back then. Like, okay, yeah, man, he's sick, he got a cold. I couldn't even tell you that. I couldn't even remember. The only time we went to the hospital, one of our wives or girlfriends were having a baby.
Yeah.
Nobody never got sick. Nobody never got hurt, man.
That's the best time to be going to the hospital.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that was it, bro. So, to look at it now, man, and be like, damn, these people that 30 years ago, 25 years ago, you was laughing saying, boy, when we get old, we're going to be something, all of us together. And a few of us are missing now. So, it's different, man.
Yeah. What's crazy is, it's just coincidence, but last year I was working one day. I was listening to Mac's album Shell Shock. Yeah. And I was listening to that track, Whoa. And it was actually on your verse. Mm-hmm. And I paused this album for a minute to go do something. And my wife called me and she told me she was pregnant.
Wow.
And we ended up having a son last November. So I just thought that was crazy.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was just a cool coincidence,
but that's a beautiful thing, man. That's what we were about. Like, whether we knew you personally, and even to know that you was listening to our music, paused it, and she told you were having a child, right? We were about family, because we took care of each other's family. If somebody was out of town or whatever, whatnot, man, it was your responsibility to make sure their family was okay. We were like that. And so that's a cool story. That's what No Limit really was about. Yeah.
I like, cause I got into it big in like the late 90s. And I remember being in high school, listening to I bought most of the albums on cassette back then, before I upgraded most of them to the CDs. But I remember it was Magic's album, Sky's the Limit. And he had almost everybody, like, even like, I know KL did a verse on, I think, on one of those tracks. And he just had like almost everybody on that album. And I remember just thinking like No Limit feels like a family,
Yeah, it was no egotistical things, man. We never really sat around. We was competitive lyrically, but we never sat around and say, well, damn, he getting more buzz, man. Oh, man, I'm not, it was never that. It was just like, all right, man, he's starting his album. Oh, man, his album it's going to be the bomb, man. It's about to be crazy. And you knew you was going to get called. Unless you was busy, nobody never not asked somebody to be on the album. If somebody didn't make the album, it was because they just wasn't around. It was family, or they was out of town, or it was some type of business. That's the only time you missed the album. It was never like, oh, damn, he not on that album, or they must not mess with each other. Never. Because then you will see, the next album, that person album, and that person who album he missed is on his album. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the way No Limit was.
I remember one or like 99, early 99, when Master P, he was starting to do the NBA stuff. Mm-hmm. And I remember because he wasn't on the Next Level album, and he missed.
Yeah, he was busy. Yeah,
Snoop's album No Limit, Top Dog, and Fiend's album Street Life. So
yeah, it wasn't personal. He was working, man. He was, and we might not have saw it totally then, because we always was like, man, that's our leader. He always get on our albums, and we wasn't looking at the bigger picture of what he was doing, by attempting his dream for number one, and then at the same time putting himself and his name in even another arena, which was gonna better us. We just looked at it like, man, Big Bro ain't come make my album, but it was never mad. It was just like for that moment. But then he still turned around and made sure your albums came out with every fanfare you was supposed to get,
Yeah.
So it was never like, it was more, okay, disappointment, but then it's like, okay, I understand now. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, it was, but it still was, that's the type of love it was. It was more like, damn, he didn't make my album, but, he making sure my video right, man. He making sure I have everything I need. My family have everything that I need. He going all out, man. He right there, and, so it was in turn of like, okay, you a man now, you on your own. You know what I'm saying? I got you, but let's get that album out, get it done. You know what you need to do. I don't have to be there to hold your hand. I don't have to be there to be over y'all. And so, he was raising us as artists at the same time.
I remember, it was right around it must have been the fall of '99 or something when there was a whole bunch of albums that were supposed to be coming out, and a lot of them got like pushed back, delayed. Some of them never came out. You were supposed to have a third album on No Limit, right?
Yeah, I did it. It's just it's in the vaults.
It's in the vaults, and so all those albums that were promoted, did they pretty much all get recorded, and they're just sitting in the vaults, like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're there. They're there.
Tank Dogs album and all that.
Yeah, they there. Yeah, they there. Trust me.
Do you know anything about so Mystical? He had that Let's Get Ready to Rumble. It was supposed to come out on No Limit, and then he left or whatever happened, and then the album came out like a year later, something called Let's Get Ready.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I didn't know the business on that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think he had it on his own label. I think Big Truck Records. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You don't really know like what got, if anything got changed or anything.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I always wondered
that. I couldn't tell you.
Let's see here. How did you hook up with Big Pun for New York to New Orleans?
It was more or less how would I say it? Me, I did stuff with Fat Joe, and I mentioned Joe that like, man, I'm a big Pun fan. He like, yeah, Pun know who you are, man. He said, okay, man. I said, man, we definitely down the road would like to work with him. And P heard that. And so, when I was started working on my album, he was like, look, you want to do the song with Pun? It's already taken care of. And so that's how that connection was made, really through Fat Joe and, and things like that. So, and people took care of it, man.
I'm assuming Brother Lynch hung on your first album, because you said you were on the West Coast Bad Boys project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pete connected that song, and Brother Lynch made that especially for me.
Oh yeah, that was a dope album, man. The Cemetery Maid with C Murder.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite songs, man.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite track on that album, but it's hard to pick one.
Yeah, man.
I'd say how they started doing like the real like soldier anthems, like Born to Be a Soldier from Mystical's first album, and I'm a Soldier on Silk the Shockers album, Charge to the Game, and those like soldier posse cuts. And I mean, I think your second album had like the last real one of those on it. Yeah,
kind of. Yeah,
that first track.
And then I kind of changed it. With Let's Get It Started. On I kind of went away from, No Limit Soldiers type thing. I had a different one. But yeah, the ninth, my next level, that was like one of the last style ones, that where we even did that style.
And you had even the Little Soldiers on there. They were, is it true they were Short Circuit's kids, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they've grown up to be something special, man. They good kids, man. Well, they, great young men, man.
That's great to hear, man. I mean, let's try to think of everybody. Like, we know, because I went to the reunion tour in Detroit, which was December 2019. Man, that was like one of the best shows we ever been to. Me and my wife went there. We were like basically front row, but on the side. I mean, it was, you were actually the first one out on stage. I remember you said, I fuck with Detroit hard.
Yeah, man. I love the D, man.
And let's see, I think Mia X probably was next. Then Fiend was there, and Mystical. So, of course, Mercedes and P came out last.
Yeah.
That was such a great time.
Yeah, man. Beautiful time, man. Beautiful.
It's nice to see like Mac had joined you guys for a few of them once he got out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's our bro, man. So yeah, man. It was tour was it was beautiful to be around everybody, man, and enjoy each other time, man, and mostly, man, to see the fans, man, because yeah, you in time you make money, man, you become something that everybody know, but the real beauty, man, is will you remember me 25, 30 years, 40 years up the road? And we're at that point to see if that really is true.
Right.
And coming out there and you seeing people and then they make you remember them and you remember and you're like, wow, damn, 25, 30 years ago, man, 25 years ago, you was in the same arena or a place in the same city in another arena, and you were front row and you front row now. And you're sitting back and you're looking like, the way life shows you, sometimes you don't even have friends that stay friends with you that long.
No.
You know what I'm saying? To have somebody that just listen to your music and 25 years later, they're like, I don't care what I got going on Saturday night, I'm going to see No Limit.
Yeah.
25 years later, man, that's if you want to know if you ever had an impact in your life. And for me, this is how I feel. If it's saying like, okay, man, what you ever did with your life? Okay, I can say I did a lot of things, but the one thing that's special to sit down and say, there's over 1 million people, or better yet, I'd say, just say a good 500,000, especially for me, and say that there's 500,000 people that know what I look like, that don't live in the same city with me, didn't grow up around me, know what my voice sound like, know my songs probably better than I do, and you really sit down and think like, that's a blessing that you cannot sit down and not really be wowed by it still. There are people that you were part of their life. They rough time, you were who they listened to. Their happiness, you were who they listened to. Some of the best nights of their life was like, man, remember we had such and such song on, peace song on, man, we played it about 10 times, man. We had fun that night. I met you, telling their kids, I met your wife at a No Limit concert. I met your mom at a No Limit concert. Yeah. We raised people, kids. Like they would be in the car with their father and their mama playing, and they was playing our music and they was babies. You know what I'm saying? And and when for me, even when I meet somebody, bro, and they like, man, my dad used to listen to you, man. And I'll be like, call your dad on the phone. And he called him, man, and they hear the excitement in the voice. It's like talking to a long lost family member. It gets no more special than that in life. If you never thought you did nothing with your life, I can always pinpoint man, it's 500,000 people out there, more than that, but 500,000 people that either got a picture with me, or still have my CD, or still have that cassette, or still have that poster, you know what I'm saying, or that towel with my name on it, you know, and it's something special to them. Like, they're not going to lose that.
Right.
When I got some family that don't even call and say, "Hey, how you doing?" You feel what I'm saying? That's special, man. And only music could do that. And what we did was so special. I always felt we made that 9 to 5 guy, that guy that wasn't, you know, I felt like we was always for the underdogs. We was always for the guy that he got $30 and he gonna pay 17 for that no limit CD, and then he gonna get a smaller pack of Pampers, man. He ain't gonna get the big pack. He gonna get the Pampers and there's no limit CD. You know what I mean? Or there's no limit cassette, man. You know, he you know, it's like, hey, I love you, child, but I can't get the big pack, man. Such and such album just came out today, and I gotta have it. And
that new C Murder just dropped.
Just dropped that new C. Just dropped that Bossellini drop. I gotta have it, man. You know, and girlfriend fussing with him like, you supposed to get the 48 pack of Pampers, and how you gonna get the 24? But they CD, you got, babe, I'm telling you, you know, and just. You feel what I'm saying? Saving their money, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, we had hustlers and big time dudes making money, but those dudes didn't have big time money till later. They were still small hustlers when they was dealing with us. I meet so many tell them, man, we was in the trap, hustling, man, listening to y'all. And now you see how they have businesses, because they'll recite a line, P say 15% can't pay my rent, man. Clean up your dirty money. They did it. They got businesses, man, and you know, it's just a beautiful thing. And then in this day and age, man, with just the way violence is, and then this pandemic, to see somebody 25 years later, you like, man, he made it. I'm still here. You still here, man. We made it, and you still know my music, and I'm still happy to rap it for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it felt, man. That's how that tour felt, man. Just seeing people and laughing like they getting older, you know, guys you knew that might have been promoters or whatever, whatnot, and they still around, man. They still making things happen. But this was day night. Like, I brought the Tank to the city. I was the one brought him back. Y'all will never see him again. You know what I'm saying? And it's been beautiful, man.
I mean, it was one of those opportunities. You know, my wife said, "Hey, they're going to be in Detroit, December 7th." She's like, "I'll buy you the tickets for Christmas." I'm like, let's go. You know.
You see what I'm saying, man? That a Christmas present. That's a very spiritual, deep thing. And you was like, I'm fine with that. You know, she could have said, "Hey, I'm gonna buy you a Hummer or something." You know what I'm saying? She said, "I'm gonna buy you no limit tickets," and you like, "Let's do it."
I mean, the thing is, like, to me, stuff like this is worth more. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, it creates memories. It, you know, it's an experience that's worth more than just some material thing like a car or something. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's the same for us, man, because, you know, when you've gotten up in age and you're older, and like I have kids, and, you know, they have their favorite rappers out there, and you know, you can sit around with your kids, right, and talk about, yeah, that rapper, right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he good, this and that, you know, but, you know, yeah, Dad, I know y'all with this, y'all with that, and, you know, and then now they're old enough. And a lot of us had our kids come, and then to watch the look on your kids' eyes, because they love these rappers out here, right? Cool, I love it, you know. And you know, you tell them, hey, they know who your dad is, you know that, right? You know, and you know, and it's like, yeah, all right, Dad, but you know, blah 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 blah. And then now to watch my kids when they first got to see me perform in New Orleans, and to watch their face, you know, and you know, in Houston, it was there in Houston also, and to watch their face when I came off, you know, and went on and roared the crowd, and then performing and coming back, because to them, I'm just a goofy dad, man. I'm Pop. That's it. right? I'm goofy, you know what I'm saying, to them. I embarrass them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they just like, dad crazy, dad be, you know, dad goofy, you know, and then to see me before a show, because my son, you know, he did like an interview of me. He wanted to interview me. And the one thing they were surprised by, it was a different feeling when they got back to the hotel. And they were like, you know, like, Dad, you don't talk before the show. You just like got your earpieces in. Like, I never seen your face like that, you know. And then like how you were on stage, like, Dad, you really something special. I'm like, yeah, I'm your dad or whatever, right? And they're like, no, Dad, wow, you know. And that was so gratifying, man. You know, that's what made it all worth it. It was personal, because now with kids who were babies, yeah, they understand back then a little bit, but you know, now they know who rappers are, and rappers are big, and they're this, they're that, and they perform in front of arenas. And now you're watching your dad perform in front 20 some thousand people, and you're like, wait, him? Like, yo, like dad really is like, damn. Like he's really, and my son was really like, yo, you really like a rap star, like a legend. Like, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, and I'm tired and I'm in the room, and it was like, Dad, this what it used to be like. Like, I'm like, I see, yeah, every night, you know, this is how I raised y'all. This is how you did the things I did. And they like, wow, you worked for real. We knew you would be in the studio doing music, but like, Dad, you like, this is real. I'm like, it's very real. And they're seeing like famous rappers and other rappers and things like that, and walking up and saying hello. I'm saying hello to them. And they're like, Dad, you know him, you know Nelly, you really know Snoop. Like, Dad, you really know Snoop. He hugged you. And it's like now they're looking at their dad in a different light, you know, and I'm like, man, I can't beat that. Seeing older fans now, you know, giving people that moment again for a night, and then seeing rappers, your peers and your kids getting to see like, yeah, I know Dad is Mr. Serv-On, and KLC is my uncle, and you know, and that's my Uncle P or whatever. But like, yo, that's Keith Sweat, that's Nelly, that's Snoop Dogg. Wait, that's,
Right.
you know, T.I., that's Jeezy. Like, they're seeing these, you know, and it's like looking and saying, like, they know my dad. They like respect my dad. So, you know, it's like I went from being goofy dad to, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when you got kids, bro, and they love these other rappers, you always like, hey man, I like that. It's cool. You know, but your dad did his thing, you know,
Yeah.
and for them to finally see it and see rappers that they know and love have respect for me, that was a lot, bro. You know, so it's been a great thing for me, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's great to have your kids really see that, you know, like,
Yeah,
hey, your dad was serious, you know.
yeah, like, you know, and it was just an awesome thing, you know what I'm saying? And you coming off and you see their faces. Like, I was so used to coming home and then see their little bitty faces, and now you come off and you see them, and it's like, you know, and they just looking like that's our dad, you know, and you have that moment as a father where you like, I know they was always proud of me, you know, and looked up to me. You feel what I'm saying? But,
Right.
you know, it was like that larger than hero like thing to walk back and they see you and like, wow, dad, like, wow, you know, and then they're like, you all right? Are you tired? You need something? And when usually they'll walk past me at the house if I'm laying around tired or something like that, they're like, all right, old man, you know, huh? You know, so it was just different, man. And watching them, and they were even closer than me and under me. And so, you know, I mean, I enjoyed all of that, you know, and that's something that I would never forget, you know, because everything came full circle. You know, it's the fans were still there for us. You know, our kids actually got to see why we were always gone,
Right.
you know, and what we really do. Not looking at videos, and laughing and saying, "Dad, look, oh wow, look, he really was dressed like that." It was like, damn, man, that's my pop out there. Wow, like they really tripping. They know him, you know, and that's special, man. Seeing your fans performing and then touching cities, man, the same cities, and going to some of the places and see if it's still there and eating at the same places, and it's and seeing some people, just that you just haven't seen in a while because they're family now, and so that's what it was about, man, and that's what I got out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I was always like, I was really glad to see like Snoop Dogg. He kind of came and went to some of those shows with you guys and stuff. Like he didn't, I know he moved on a long time ago and did, started his Doggy Style records and all that. But it's like it's great to see like even people, like you said, people go their own ways and stuff, but they're still
Snoop solid, man. Snoop solid, Snoop loyal, and Snoop solid, man. And I'm gonna be there.
You guys all used to play basketball, right? Because he said on that track, B-ball with PC, Silk, and Serv.
Yeah, let me tell you, we play for real, man. You watch the little All-Star games and they have the rappers and they make a shot or two. They're like, oh, he can really play. Not near rapper, except I would say Davies. Even up until today, none of them could ball with us. None of them. None. Not one outside of Davies could ball with us. I was starting five, and I was the shortest. Was Ed, P, Silk, C, and me. And I promise you, nobody, not one label, quiet is kept, and they know it. We used to play college teams when we hit that city, and we used to beat them. They have their practice or whatever, and we would deal with them. And we ain't just like, okay, like I watched Gilly the Kid and he'd be talking about all that bowling. Nah, little fella, he couldn't even be allowed. He wouldn't be allowed on the court with us. You know what I'm saying? None of that.
I remember there was some magazine article from back in the day, 99. It had a profile on, Master P, Silk, and C Murder, and it had like a photo of I guess it was P's house, and he had like the basketball court with the No Limit Records logo on it.
Yeah, this house, yeah.
We played Baton Rouge, right?
Yeah, we played basketball every day at 4:30. Everybody had to go. Yeah, and we would go on Southern Campus or LSU. We played every day. That was to keep us in shape and that show camaraderie because we all went together. You know what I'm saying? So whether you could play or not, you still had to go. Mia was the only one that didn't have to go.
I was just about to ask if Mia was there.
Yeah. Oh no, Mama was either in that studio or cooking, or you know what I'm saying, or just taking care of her family because she's always been a family person, and she was our mama and mama to her family. So, but nah, man, we played ball for real, man. I promise you, and I don't care who say whatever. I saw the little Dirks and they say they can ball and the Quavos and all that. And I'm big fans of all them dudes. Nada. They couldn't be on it. We always in the same time frame. You know what I'm saying? And we was right now and we were young, their age like we was, nothing. You could put all five out there that they say they think NLE Chopper. These ones I saw play Lil Durk and I saw Fredo Bang be talking or whatever, Fredo Bang or whatever, and I love all of them. I love them. Make sure people hear this. I'm big fans of them. They wouldn't even score. I promise you. It wouldn't have a chance. And if you put them back in our day, wouldn't have a chance. We just didn't the MTV, be All-Star games and all that, and celebrity games wasn't like no prominent as thing back then. You know what I'm saying? If it would have, trust me.
Right.
You got to really sit down and think. People like Silk was cool with Tracy McGrady and go play ball with Tracy McGrady. We used to play in the Bay with P, with the Jason Kids and the Keith Jennings and the Gary Paytons at the Oakland YMCA. We played with NBA players.
Yeah.
The Ron Mercers, Derek Andersons, and all of that. We played for real, man.
One Master P talking pretty recently about he was like thinking about trying to coach the Toronto Raptors or something.
Yeah, I think it was the Pelicans. I think he was talking
about. He wanted to do that?
Yeah, it was one of them that he was talking about. He wanted to coach, I mean, he's a hell of a leader, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know, it's so much more into coaching and things like that, man. But, hey, that's P, man. You never know. That dude is nothing that he can't do, man.
Yeah.
So,
And it looks like Mia X, she's also like a professor at a university down there, right? She teaches like a class or something?
Rap class at Loyola University, very prominent university.
And I heard before that Mercedes was a lawyer.
I don't know. I know I forgot what she was doing out there. I don't know, paralegal or lawyer work.
Detroit.
Yeah, she's in Detroit.
I mean, I know, like, oh yeah. One of my friends from high school, I saw him on Instagram one day. I saw he had followed by Malachi from Gambino family. I asked him, like, hey, what's going on with this? And he told me because he was from Atlanta. And he said, back in the day when he lived in Atlanta, he was friends with his name is Montez, I guess. He was
what's the name? Monica's brother?
Yeah, Monica's brother. And yeah, he said because of that, and obviously at the time, C Murder was with Monica. He said on the strength of that he met a few of you guys. He said he met you. He said he met Big Ed, Malachi. And this was pretty recently. He told me, I'm like, I mean, he knew I was a huge fan in high school, No Limit. I'm surprised he never told me, before now. But,
okay. Yeah. So, man. But yeah, man, that's No Limit in a nutshell, man.
Do you think P will ever release any of those old the music in the vaults, or he pretty much said like he's not going to do it?
I don't think I don't think he have them in his possession. I think that's really up to KLM or something, man. I think and him, however that business will go, man. I don't get in the benefit of that, him and P or whatever, So I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, it's some nice stuff. I could speak for mine.
I mean, there was like all those new guys that joined, like, they never had a chance for their album to come out. IG, Sam, Popeye, and all them.
Yeah, QB, a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, QB. So let me just switch up real quick before I forget that the guy, Cameron, who runs this podcast, he just sent me a few questions to kind of ask you real quick. I'm not going to ask all of them, but some of this stuff, it might be, like you said, more business stuff that like you didn't really get involved with, but like he was asking about like the entertainment deal with PM Entertainment, like how P made those movies like Hot Boys and No Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you because I know Mia was in Hot Boys, Snoop, obviously Silk, P, Mystical. Did they ever ask you to be in in that movie or?
No, I wasn't around at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You left the
I wasn't
label
around.
in 99, right?
99. Yeah.
And it was kind of like everybody at once, right? Like Cain and Abel, Fiend, the whole
Yeah,
Beast by the Pound team, right? They kind of all left in 99 except Carlos Stevens.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, some of those other guys too, you just never heard from them again, like Full Blooded or some of the other Prime Suspects members, or I think Little Gotti Gambino. But I know Reginelli and Malachi, some of those guys, they like reformed like Young Guns. I don't know if you remember that. Like they like downsized or something.
Oh, I mean, it's I mean, a lot of people kind of went their way and was doing the things that, I mean, trying to do their own label, doing business, excuse me, and things like that, man. And so, I mean, it was scarcely like, for me, I was living out of town anyway. So, I would barely see some of them. We would all talk here and there, and things like that,
One of his other questions, he was asking about this biopic about Master P, like what Master P around the time of that BET Chronicles, wasn't he talking about making like a movie about kind of the history of No Limit and stuff like that?
Yeah, he still is going to do it, man. I think it's the King of the South movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be special, man. He putting it together, man, and it's going to be something to see, man. I mean, I think, and he's doing everything the right way with it, and I mean, and he's been recreating himself as a brand to the point where now, the other world that he's brought back into that's paying attention to him now, with all his products and things like that, which are, even younger people and things like that, and everything that he's doing, it's awesome to watch because, you're going to have the No Limit fans, you're going to have the whole industry watch it, the cold culture. But now he bringing in, even older people that buy his products and things like that know who he is and want to be like, okay, I want to know his real story. So he's building a whole nother, say of army. He's building another army of people paying attention to him outside of what he's already had, that we all had that, that he helped create. And so I think, and the things that how he's going to shoot it and the people he's going to have in it and how he's going to write it, and everything, which is already done. But I think he revised some things, it's going to be a special movie, man. I mean, he's people don't see the method to his madness. And by him rebranding himself, you're bringing a whole nother population into, okay, I know him by his products, but wait a minute, he's really this guy, like this real mogul, like, and so now you're going to have them paying attention, and then you're going to have everybody that's always been there, plus the whole industry and the culture. And now, it's I think it could be one of the biggest movies, man, with rappers, along with the great movies about, Tupac's life and Biggie's life, and I just think, man, he's gonna shock a lot of people with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something. I know there's like a lot of stories to tell. Like, to me, it's like, it should be up there, kind of like the Death Row Records, that kind of legendary status, sort of. You know what I mean? Like,
it's gonna be. We stand, right along with them. I mean, we stand with the best of the best, the top of the top. And we stop. Just show you how much we did. We really stopped all those years ago. And if you look at it now, our numbers still stand next to them, to all of them. and above a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I mean, what he's going to do with that movie, and once he tells the story and tells everything with him, you know, and you sit and watch that, man, it's like it could be one of the best stories ever told, you know, because he's going to do it the right way. He's going to let it all out. He's going to put it together the way things that he's doing right now. You know, I promise you, man, y'all gonna be surprised, man. It's gonna be one of them movies, man.
Yeah, I mean, he always, because you know he's doing the grocery store stuff with like Kroger, right? Because he posts all that stuff on
Yeah,
Instagram, like
yeah. Down here, Rouse's and other places, I think Publix, Kroger. You know, he. Trust me, man. He has a blueprint to everything he's doing. Yes, he's making money. You know what I'm saying? But he's positioning himself, and you know, just like I said, within a whole nother stratosphere, a whole nother population of people, of different thinkers, of you know, older demographics or even younger, you know, demographic. You know, he's pitching himself in that way, and so now you're gonna bring all those people together for this movie, and then all other things that he's got going that he got coming.
yeah, I mean, I I gotta say, No Limit. I mean, that has to be the proper name for his record label.
Uh,
You know,
he never saw a limit at anything. You know, he's always been one to if y'all saying he's doing it, I'm gonna do it better. You know, if y'all saying it can't be done, I'm gonna get it done. You know, and he never looked at the fact of he doesn't know what can't mean. I cannot or can't. You know what I'm saying? Or you cannot or you can't. You know, he doesn't know what that means when it comes to, you know, achieving a situation or not just a status. You know, and I mean, he was a point guard in high school. You know, he was a team leader. He's gonna always think like, and he was always arrogant in a humble way, if such way you could say that. Meaning, you know, he was arrogant as far as nobody gonna play better than me. Nobody gonna out hustle me. Got in music. Nobody gonna out hustle me. Nobody is gonna out grind me. You know, and nobody gonna outsell me. You know, and so and it's like I don't care what somebody might say. Well, man, hey, think he sold 2 more CDs than you on that first week. Watch what work he's gonna put in that next week for that rest of that week that other person is not gonna do. You
right?
know, and I always said he was like a boxer where, you know, boxers, they're willing to die in the ring and, you know, they're going to push their body beyond measures, you know, to win that fight. And he's that type of person. Like if he got to just get, you know, I witnessed dropping him off at 6 o'clock in the morning. We leave in studio and everything. And he told me be back at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, man, this dude ain't going to be. And he called me like 7:50, like, yo, where you at? You know what I'm saying? And when I got there, he had laid back on the bed and I was like, bro, you need to go. He said, let's go. And got up. Went in the bathroom, cleaned up, came out, and we going at it all the way till 6 again the next morning. You know, he's gonna be relentless. He's gonna wear you down. If you're trying to say, I'm not gonna let him win with this cereal, I'm not gonna let him win with his soda snack, I'm not gonna let him win with his ice cream machines, you know, he gonna wear you down to the point he gonna keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And the minute you take a break, he got you.
Yeah,
You know, and he's you can't tell him, you know, like, oh man, that's P, I don't know why, you know, we wasting your time, man. That ain't hitting. He gonna be like, yeah, okay, I don't hear the haters. And I promise you, within a year, you're gonna be sitting there like, man, this dude is he's selling noodles now. Oh man, he's selling cereal now. Oh damn, it's cereal in the stores. I walk in there and see his face. And a year ago, you thought he was like, man, what are you doing, bro? You was Master P, the ice cream man. Okay, it's still the same hustle. You
yeah,
can't tell him you can't tell him he's not gonna run these stores. If you pay attention to his movement and remember his movement back then, watch what he's doing. He's getting products and products and products and products. And sooner or later, and they're getting, to me, better and better. You know, the soldier snacks. You know what I mean? He's getting more and more. Same thing. Put out 3, 4 albums a month. Keep going. Keep coming at him. Keep coming at him. Keep coming at him. And he's gonna keep up. Soldier snacks, noodles, ice cream, snowballs, snow cones. You know, he's gonna ice cream machines. He's gonna keep coming. Tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep. And to the next, before you know it, you're going to walk in the store, man, and on each aisle, he might have gravy, he might have bread. He got bread, actually. And so he don't believe there's a limit to doing what he needs to do. And people don't get that. Some people can say, oh, that might be whack. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, take that. And I promise you, he going to revamp it, or he going to keep going, like I said, until he don't need you to get your approval if you the one saying it ain't hit. All he needs is a few over here to get it. Teach one and they teach two. Teach two, they teach 4, and so on and so on.
Yeah, like a domino effect.
Yeah, he's gonna figure it out. You know, he's figuring out this right now. You know, watching him and understanding and knowing him, he's watching, he's figuring it out. He's figuring out what is to be done. Like, okay, you could tell he's getting better. It's summertime. He pushes the snow cone thing. Everybody wants something cold for the summer. You know, he's figuring it out now. He's learning about the product world in these stores and getting in these stores, because once you're in these stores and your stuff's sitting there, sooner or later, you feel what I'm saying? You're gonna take a chance. And he gonna always give you great quality of what he does. You know what I'm saying? Our CD covers was the best. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our CDs and everything, how they look and how they were presented, all he wants you to do is try it. He's doing the same thing. If we keep putting the album out and giving away promotional albums like he used to give away to people, just listen, bro. That's all I need you to do. If I get him to listen to this that I gave away, watch when Ice Cream Man come out. You know, I just need you to pay attention. And with the food stuff, he's just saying, I need you to just try it. Try it.
Yeah, I would definitely. I would be interested in the ice cream machine.
Oh yeah, he showed that one day on there. I was like, yo, he about to win. You know, and that's just him, man. He relentless, man. You know what I'm saying? While you sleep, he could be watching TV and see something on there and just like, oh, okay. And then make a call or whatever, whatnot, to see how he can get one, how he can get his own. You know what I mean? And that's him. He's a master with media. You know what I mean? And knowing what shows to go on and what subjects to tackle. He rarely talks on the internet here and there, but he knows when, you know, to chime in. He understands what's going on because he studies.
Right.
Never doubt him. Never doubt him, man. Trust me. All them out there doing this and that, and rappers and some got their businesses, and it was the same way. People got lazy in the industry, and he kept working. He kept making us work and work and work and put albums out. Keep coming. And when they got lazy, and all of them started realizing when they look up, well, who is this dude who got 25 albums out in 6-7 months? Right. He got 15 albums in the top 50 on Billboard. Like, whoa, when this happened? And even when you decide to start working again and put music out, he's going to still outwork you. He's still going to keep coming at you till he wear you down. And that's what he's going to do with these products. They done let him in stores now. See, that's what people don't get. They have let him in the grocery stores. It's over. You're going to be going in stores, I promise you. You go to get you a pot set, you're going to see him smiling. He's going to have pots. He's going to have rice. He will have something on every hour. When he realized that I can put my product in stores in every city. What that remind you of? CDs. cassettes.
Yeah.
I could put my stuff in every city. Now they messing with me. They buying it now. He gonna fit in truck. He's not done with the grocery store, man. You know, and sooner or later down the line, I see him having his own grocery store.
Like starting his own chain or something.
I could see it because then he gonna start distributing like he distributed music. I promise you, he will get one. You know, and once he get enough products in that store, you know, sooner or later he's gonna get his own grocery store and do the independent black owned thing. He's too into this. He's too into the products thing to just be doing it right now to make money like you know, I know he is. He doing it to stand on top of it. You know, his mindset probably is to stand with the Krogers, the Publix, you know what I'm saying, the Rouses here, man, and everybody else. He sooner or later, man, I promise you might have a no limit grocery store. That's him. He's not just doing this to be okay. They letting me, you know, these people won't partner with me, and I could do some cheese puffs or, you know, some noodles. Nah, he's studying. He's putting it out. He's learning to see what they're gonna buy, what they're gonna take, you know, and what they want, what goes quick, what's gonna sell the most, you know, how much more they're gonna buy, how much they're gonna order. He's studying right now. He's dealing with a few parts. He's now figuring out, you know, where he's gonna become a mainstay in these stores. They have no idea what he's doing, though. People think he's just putting products out because he could do that. Nah, he's studying to see how that industry goes and how they work, how the money is made. You know, how do they get to the top shelves? How they get, you know, where his advertisement, you walk in the store, you see his face. You know, you gonna figure out how to get fruit and everything else. I promise you. It's just the beginning. This is who he is now. He's still the same P. He's still hustling. He's just product hustling. He's just grocery hustling.
Yeah, I see he always says, y'all can have the streets. We're taking over the grocery stores. So
he's not joking, man. That is really a warning that people don't see. You know, I'm telling you, you got to really watch what he's doing and then remember what he did with music.
And, you know, like you said, I mean, I never got the chance to speak with him, you know, but you know, he was telling everybody, you know, at that show, like, you know, if he can do it, anybody can do it, that kind of thing, you know, like he definitely seems like he tries to be inspirational to the younger people and, you know.
Yeah, he's all about that, man. He's an ex-basketball player, man. He's a point guard. You know, point guards get the team involved. It's the team first, you know, and they play for championships. And so he's always trying to encourage the next person, you know, to be able to, like, man, look, do it. And he puts it right out there in front of you. You know, the difference is, are you going to outwork him? You know, that's what it all boils down. Can you want it? If you just work 50% of how he goes at it, you're gonna be successful. Now, if you want to be one of the best to be ever remembered, then you're gonna get up to 80% of what he do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah.
Like he's been doing a lot of giving back, like to the community and stuff for probably.
He's always did that. You just got social media now. He's always did that.
I talked to a friend of mine, man. One of my friends recently. He used to live down in New Orleans. He said one time Master P came into his hotel where he was working, and he just started handing out money like to the people working there. He said he got like $200 just handed to him, you know, just for no reason other than he's just handing money.
He was never the type that overly, you know, when everybody was driving, include myself, Mercedes and Corvettes and all that. Man, dude, he had all that. He had Ferraris, he had, you know, but he didn't drive that stuff, man. he drove a dually truck. That's what he liked driving.
Yeah.
Dually truck. And all that other stuff, man, he might have pulled it out on the video and just to let people say, okay, yeah, I do have it. He didn't worry about all that, man. He didn't wear jewelry around the studio, man, until it's time for him to go take pictures, do shows, do some things, man. He might have had a ring or two on. He never was, whenever he would take his jewelry off, me or Sia used to try to grab it and wear it. So he never was with all that stuff, man. That stuff didn't move him, man. I mean, he liked his nice, comfortable house, but all that flashy stuff, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I never got that sense through his music. It's not like surface level music. You know what I mean? But it's more like personal. It speaks to you on a more personal level. It's deeper than that kind of stuff. And he always said he puts God first, and I think it's great. Like, just I've heard him even C Murder said in some of their albums, like putting out the message, hey, respect your parents and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's he got a good heart, man. He definitely got a good heart. You know what I mean? And he understands, trying to make it out. And so, he want to help as many people as he can or give them the blueprint and let them see that he's still a regular dude. He's not Hollywood. He's not hiding. He's just, he made it out and he's just letting people see him and letting the people that think that, man, I'll never make it. Nah, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You're going to be all right. You'll make it. Just, you got to work and have your plan and don't worry about what anybody say.
I mean, yeah, that's the right kind of attitude to strive for.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Out of all like the songs you were featured on somebody else's album, do you have like a favorite one? Like, personally, I got a couple favorites, like Trying to Make It off Ghetto Commission's album. That was a dope track. And of course, Going Through Some Things on Ghetto D with Big Ed. I mean, that was wonderful.
Yeah, man. I mean, anything with Ed, but I think, man, for me, I love Cemetery Maid with me and C. Definitely To Eternity, and I love the song of Mean Green track with Full Blooded. So that was some of the ones for me, man. That was real special, man. That I love.
Oh, another one I wanted to mention, that track you did for the compilation, I Love My City.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I Love My City like Pac Love LA. Yeah. Yeah. That was a good track too.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Yeah, man. It's like I said, man, it's so much, man, that you be feeling like, okay, if I do say this is this one, but damn, I cheated that one. You know what I'm saying? There was so many.
Right.
Because anything I did with my family, it was special.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's been great. Maybe, yeah. I mean, if you ever are interested, I'm sure we could do a part 2 someday later in the future. Maybe try to get somebody else on with you, like Fiend or whoever's interested.
Okay, definitely, man.
Mia X, whoever's out there and they want to hop on there with us. I mean,
Okay, we'll figure it out, man. We'll make it happen, though.
Thanks again to Mr. Serv-On for joining us for the No Limit special here on Jacked Up Review. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe we'll do another one in the future. I mean, check out the label. They got a vast collection of really hard-hitting albums, So, again, thanks everybody for listening. This is Mark Shaver. Thank you to Cameron for letting me host tonight. And everybody have a good night.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.